Good morning, friends. So as we are settling down and getting in our seats, it is time to do our warm-up. So here is our warm-up. I'm going to have you read this paragraph right here, and then you're going to answer these questions. All right, I'll give y'all a little bit of time to do that, and if y'all have any questions, come ask me. We're going to pretend like it's been 10-15 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and go over our warm-up today. So our paragraph was, cake is the best dessert. It has frosting. Cake is sweet. You can have it on your birthday. Cake can be decorated. Do you want some cake? All right, so let's go ahead and go over our questions. So number one, what is on top of the cake? That's right. We said frosting right here. It has frosting. We can see from our picture that our cake has frosting on top. Good job. Our second one is, when can you have cake? No, I agree, definitely all the time, but according to our text, you can have it on your birthday. We have our birthday cake on our birthday, right? And then I just had another question for y'all, because I was just curious, do you think birthday cake is the best dessert? Because here it says, cake is the best dessert. You disagree? You like ice cream? Me too. I also really like pie. You like pie? Apple pie? One of my favorites. Alright, so now that we have gone over our warm-up and they are in our handy dandy notebooks, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go ahead and start today's lesson. We are going to be reading a couple paragraphs today and answering a handful of questions. We're going to work on that reading comprehension. Alright, so our first paragraph, we are going to be talking about turtles. Sorry. I'm going to be talking about turtles. So I'm going to read this paragraph out loud to you, and then y'all are going to read it, and then we're going to read it together. How's that sound? Alright, let's do it. Okay, so talking about turtles. Turtles have been around for more than 200 million years. That's a long time, guys. Covered by their shells, turtles are walking houses. Scientists think they're the most ancient of all reptiles. Turtles live in many places on land and in water. Like all reptiles, they are cold-blooded. Turtles live where the winters are cold and usually hibernate. Turtles eat insects, fish, and frogs. They also munch on plants, including fruits and flowers. The largest turtle is a leatherback, which can weigh more than 2,000 pounds. That's a lot, guys. That's one huge reptile, just like our paragraph said. So y'all go ahead, I'll give you a minute to read this to yourselves or to a buddy, your pick. Alrighty guys, good job reading that to your buddies. We're gonna read it all together now. Are you ready? Talking about turtles. Let's start here. Turtles have been around for more than 2 million years. Covered by their shells, turtles are walking houses. Scientists think that they are the most ancient of all reptiles. Turtles live in many places on land and in water. Like all reptiles, they are cold-blooded. Turtles that live where winters are cold usually hibernate. Turtles eat insects, fish, and frogs. They also munch on plants, including fruits and flowers. And the largest turtle is a leatherback, which can weigh more than 2,000 pounds. That's one huge reptile. Alrighty guys, now that we have read our paragraph three times, we're going to go ahead and start on our question. So this is question number 1. What title best summarizes this paragraph? A, interesting facts about turtles. B, the large leatherback. C, very ancient reptiles. Or D, where turtles live. So I'm going to have y'all write that question in your morning notebooks, or in your reading notebooks, along with your answer. I'll give y'all a minute to do that, and I'm going to read it one more time. The title that best summarizes this paragraph is A, an interesting fact about turtles. B, the large leatherback. C, of very ancient reptiles. And D, a place where turtles live. Alright, so y'all just raise your hands when you let me know that y'all have decided what your answer is. Give y'all another minute. Alright, are we ready, friends? Okay, can someone raise their hand and tell me what they put as the answer? Yes. You put C, very ancient reptiles. Let's look back at our paragraph. So, yes, we talked about reptiles being ancient. Scientists think they're the most ancient of all reptiles. But that only showed up once in our paragraph, so do you think that should be our title? I know they already have a title talking all about turtles, maybe use as a hint. Alright, so let's look at it again. So we know it's not C. So, and A, an interesting fact about turtles. B, very large, or the large leatherback, or D, places where turtles live. Yes. You think A? Interesting facts about turtles. Let's go back and look at our paragraph. So we know that turtles have been around for more than 2 million years. They think they're the most ancient of all reptiles. They're cold-blooded. They eat insects, fish, frogs, and sometimes fruit and flowers. Yeah, I think you're right. I think this is a paragraph all about interesting facts about turtles. All right, let's go on to question number 2. So question 2, write a fact or opinion in each sentence. So go ahead and copy these down while I read them out. First one is turtles eat insects, fish, and frogs. The second one is turtles live in many places on land and water. And the third one is that's one huge reptile. Alright, I'm going to give y'all a minute to go ahead and write your answers on that. You let me know whenever y'all are ready. Alright, and we've decided? Okay, so let's go ahead and start with this first one. True, or fact or opinion. And we know our facts are what? Yes, they're true. They can be proved. And our opinions are things that we believe. Correct. So we'll start with number 1. Turtles eat insects, fish, and frogs. Let's go ahead and go and look back at our paragraph. Here we have turtles eat insects, fish, and frogs. So from that, we can say number 1 is a fact. Correct. Alright. Turtles live in many places on land and water. Alright, y'all think that's true or false? Or a fact or opinion? You think it's a fact? Let's go ahead and check back. Turtles live in many places on land and water. Good job, guys. Y'all are getting this. Alright, and the last one is, that's one huge reptile. What do we think that is? A fact, yeah, because they did say leatherbacks were the largest. But we know, yeah, the largest turtle is a leatherback, which weigh more than 2,000 pounds. That's one huge reptile. That is true. That is one huge reptile. But I would say it's an opinion, because look at this little guy. He doesn't look huge, does he? No. I mean, to an ant he'd be huge, but not to us. Alright, we'll go ahead and move on to question 3. Go ahead and write this one down while I'm reading it again. So, the underlined words in this paragraph are an example of a figurative language called metaphor, simile, personification, or hyperbole. Alright, I'll give you all a second to copy that down and we will go back to the paragraph so y'all can see it. Alright, are we ready? Alright, covered by their large shells, turtles are walking houses. Alright, so we'll go here and look at our options. So a metaphor is what? Comparing two things without using like or as, correct. A simile is what? Yeah? Comparing two things using like or as, you are correct. Personification is what? Say that one more time. Alright, so you said a personification is giving unhuman-like things, human-like characteristics. Good job. And a hyperbole is exaggerated statement. Good job. So that's like that's one huge reptile, right? Right. But we are looking at covered by their shells, turtles are walking houses. I agree. I think that is a metaphor. Good job, guys. So we're going to go ahead and move on to our second paragraph. I'm going to have you go ahead and make sure you have all the ones written down from the first one, and if not, at the end of this, you can grab it from your table partners, okay? All right, so paragraph number 2. So what are we going to do again? I'm going to read it, correct? And then y'all are going to read it, right? And then we're going to read it together. Good job, guys. So, paragraph 2, the kids look for bugs. What bugs do they see? They see an ant. The ant has a hill. They see a ladybug. It has red and black spots. They see a spider. The spider is fat with thin legs. The spider makes a web. The butterfly is out too. It has big wings. The wings go flap. Now they see a yellow and black bug. It has wings. It can buzz. It can sting. What bug is it? It's not an ant. It's not a ladybug. It is not a spider. It's not a butterfly. It's a bee. The kids let this bug pass. You know, I would too. All right, guys, I will give y'all a minute to read it on your own. Fast forward time, they write it on their own. Good job. All right, guys, now we're going to read it together. Are we ready? All right. So the kids look for bugs. What bugs do the kids see? They see an ant. The ant has a hill. They see a ladybug. It has red and black spots. They see a spider. The spider is fat with thin legs. The spider makes a web. A butterfly is out too. It has big wings. The wings go flat. Now they see a yellow and black bug. It has wings and it can buzz. It can sting. What bug is it? It's not an ant. It's not a ladybug. It's not a spider. It's not a butterfly. It's a bee. The kids let this bug pass. All right, good reading, friends. Good job. All right, well, you cannot see our questions for paragraph 2 because we are having technical difficulties. So I'm just going to read it to you and we'll go back to the paragraph. All right, so our first one is, what bug just a second, sorry about that. All right, what bug is red and has black spots? I'm going to have y'all go ahead and write that down. If you need help spelling, just tell me and I will call it out. I'm going to repeat it. What bug is red and has black spots? All right, and then you go ahead and write down the second one. What bug goes buzz? Buzz is B-U-Z-Z. All right, you ready for the third one? What does the spider make? Spider is S-P-I-D-E-R. All right, and then what bug has big wings that flap? And wings are W-I-N-G. All right, we'll go back to our paragraph because y'all can see that one. So our first one is, which bug has red and black spots? So we'll go ahead and find that in our paragraph. It has red and black spots. And before that, it says they see a ladybug. So what do we think it is, guys? A ladybug, good job. The second one is, what bug goes bzz? So we can see here. Now they see a yellow and black bug. It has wings. It can buzz. And we're looking for a bug that can buzz, right guys? Right. It can sting. What bug is it? It's not an ant. It's not a ladybug. It's not a spider. It's not a butterfly. It's a bee. Good job, guys. So number 2 is bee. What does the spider make? So let's find where they were talking about the spiders. So here we go. They see a spider. The spider is fat with thin legs. The spider makes a web. Good job, guys. We know spiders make webs. All right, and then the last one is, what bugs have big wings that flap? All right, so here we go. We'll start here. So we know this one is a ladybug and this one is a spider. So we'll go ahead and go to this one. A butterfly is out too. It has big wings. Clue number 1. And the wings go flap. Clue number 2, those were both in our question. So we know if it has big wings that go flap, it has to be a butterfly. Good job, guys. So we're going to go ahead and go to our third paragraph, the last one we are going to do together today. And it is about bats and birds. All right, so once again, I'll read it to you. You'll read it to your partner, and then we'll all read it together. All righty. Bats and birds. Both bats and birds can fly. You might see them on a rooftop. In other ways, bats and birds are very different. Birds have feathers, bats have fur. Birds have beaks, and bats have teeth. Bats hang upside down when they rest. Birds never do that. Bats and birds are easy to tell apart when they are not flying. All right, guys, go ahead and read that to your partner. They read it to their partner? Cool, so we're going to read it together, guys. Are we ready? So we'll start here. Bats and birds. Both bats and birds can fly. You might see them on a rooftop. In other ways, bats and birds are very different. Birds have feathers, bats have fur. Birds have beaks, bats have teeth. Bats hang upside down when they rest. Birds never do that, no. Bats and birds are very easy to tell apart when they're not flying. All right, now that we read those all together, friends, we're going to go ahead and do our last questions that we're going to do together. So, how are bats and birds alike? A, both have feathers. B, both hang upside down. Or C, both can fly. All right, I'll give you all a minute to think and then we'll talk about it. All right, so both have feathers is our first answer to how are bats and birds alike. That can't be right, can it? No, why not? That's right, because the story said birds have wings and bats have fur. Or birds have feathers and bats have fur, excuse me. So it can't be A. Alrighty, and B is both hang upside down. I'll give y'all a second to think about that one. Do both bats and birds hang upside down? No, that could never be. So it's not B. C, both can fly. Do we think that one's right? Let's go ahead and check our paragraph. Bats and birds can fly. Look at y'all go, y'all are so smart. All right. Here we are. How are bats and birds different? A, bats land on rooftops. B, birds have teeth. or C, bats have fur? I'll give y'all a second to think about it. Good job. It's a good second. All right, so how are bats and birds different? A, bats land on rooftops. Now guys, do we know if bats land on rooftops? We can't remember? We'll go back. Bats and birds can fly. You might see them. Bats and birds can fly. You might see them on a rooftop. So who is them? The bats and birds, correct. And our question is, how are bats and birds different? So if both bats and birds land on rooftops, does that mean that they're different? No, that's right. Good job, guys. So it can't be A. Our second answer is birds have teeth. Let's go back and read that. I don't think birds have teeth. Do y'all? No. Bats and birds can fly. You might see them on the rooftop. Otherwise, bats and birds are very different. Birds have feathers. Bats have fur. Birds have what? Beaks. Yeah. Bats have teeth. So let's look at our question again. Birds have teeth. No, we just learned that bats have teeth, so it can't be B. All right, so C is bats have fur. We'll take one more look. We've read all this, and it's never told us if bats have fur or not. Here we go. Birds have feathers, and bats have fur. So it's gotta be C. Bats have fur. That's what makes them different. Good job, guys. And y'all can go ahead and write another way that bats and birds are different. I'm going to put it at the paragraph, give y'all a second to do that, and then I'm going to have y'all tell me a couple ways y'all think bats and birds are different. All right, guys, good job. So how are bats and birds different? Bats hang upside down when they rest. That's right, we can find it right here. Bats hang upside down when they rest. Good job. And what birds do? Birds would never do that. Right. All right, give me one more. Birds have beaks. Right. Bats have teeth. That was one of our questions, but good job finding the differences, friends. All right, guys, so it's time to wrap up our reading lesson for the day. So I'm going to have y'all read this paragraph and answer these questions. And if y'all need help reading, just raise your hand and I'll come help you, all right? Friend over here needs help reading, all right. So let's read this together, bud. All right, Brian is at the park. All right, I'm going to have you read this one. All right, bud, let's sound this one out. It's la, e, va, s. Let's put it together. La, e, va, s. Leaves. Good job. All right. Can we read this one together? He likes to play with the, we just sounded this word out. Can you tell me what it is? Leaves. Good job. He is very, oh, this is another tricky word. You ready to sound it out together? Excited. Excited. Right. He's very excited. All right. So y'all go ahead and answer those questions. Wait about 10 minutes. It's been about 10 minutes. Cool. All right. So we're going to go over this together, friends, just to make sure we have the right answers in our notebook. So let's read it. I'm going to read it. Y'all are going to read it. We're going to read it together. Brian is in the park. He jumps onto the leaves. He likes to play with the leaves. He is very excited. All right, go ahead and turn and read that to your table partner. All right, good reading, friends. Y'all sound so great. Let's read it all together. We ready? Brian is in the park. He jumps onto the leaves. He likes to play with leaves. He is very excited. Good job, friends. And I know y'all already have these answers written down, so let's go ahead and go over them. So where is he? A, the park. B, his house, or C, school? Yeah. A, the park. How do we know that? Because it says it in the first sentence. That's right. Brian is in the park. Good job. What does he do? What does Brian do? Yes. Brian, he's B, playing with his friends. Let's read that just to double check. Brian is in the park. He jumps into the leaves. He likes to play with the leaves. He's very excited. Now, I didn't hear anything about Brian's friends, so we're going to say it's not B. Let's try again, okay? C, yeah, jumps into the leaves. Here we go. Brian is at the park. He jumps into the leaves. Good job, friends. So it is C. All right, and our final question is, what does he like? So what does our little friend Brian over here like? All right, you over there. He likes to be excited. Yeah, I like to be excited. But here it just says he is very excited. It doesn't say that he likes to. Good try, friend. We'll go ahead and try over here. He likes to play with the leaves. Good job. So right here it says he likes to play with leaves. And we can find our clue by like and like. Good job, friends. Y'all go ahead and have fun at your next class. Thank y'all.